This is James Holder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Jenman. I'm in Roseville ABC today. I'm with the chairman of the club, Warren Fenn. What's happening?
How you doing, James?
You took over the club. What's the deal?
Yeah, you know how I roll, mate.
We better be quick in case Ian comes in here and absolutely bollocks us for being in the office. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mate.
What's happening? Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm just ticking over. Just training, waiting for a date, waiting for an opponent. Obviously, as you know, my last fight, thought it was a bit controversial with the decision from the ref, but I'm going to move on to bigger and better things. I think now got a lot of experience from it. I wish Nick Jenman all the best, and you never know. Maybe I can get the rematch in the future. I'd like it. If you watch the fight on YouTube, I think I deserve a rematch. And I've had a lot of positive feedback from the fight, because sometimes even if you get a bad decision, you perform well, and you know what I mean, it steps you onto that next level. Because I always said before the fight, because obviously it was my first title fight, this is it, you know what I mean, I either step up or I don't, and I felt I stepped up in the fight, and everyone around me feels I stepped up in the fight, so it's, you know what I mean, it's good for the future, I think.
Credit to yourself for acknowledging Jedman and showing him the respect.
Because you know what, he's a really good fighter.
He's not the referee, he's not the judge.
That's the problem, you know what I mean? You get your fans and they start slating people. I'm not going to badmouth him because he's a boxer, and I've got a lot of respect for every boxer who gets in the ring because it's a hard sport. And I had respect for him, and I've still got respect for him because he's had a lot of fights and he's been in there with some really good boys. And he's a good fighter, so I wish him nothing but the best.
If for whatever reason that opportunity doesn't happen and the rematch of that can't be made, where do you go from here? What have you got your sights set on? And
I'll just leave it in the hands of my promoter. Like we've spoke, and he saw how I performed, and he was very happy. He's given me a couple of big fight names like Matchroom boys, but I'm not going to say too much. So you never know. I could be fighting on the Matchroom bill, maybe prize fighter, the next prize fighter, the light middleweight one, or for the southern area, or for the Lonsdale Challenger bout. I think the Masters changed over now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it used to be the Masters and now it's the Lonsdale Challenger. So I just hope for another title fight, maybe a tune-up fight in between. We'll just see how it goes. I'll leave it in the hands of my promoter.
Speaking to your trainer and your promoter, they don't see you as the type of fighter that they want to put on the road. You're not that type of fighter. You're a decent fighter. They feel they can build you. But do you feel to get certain opportunities you may have to go and fight on other shows?
Do you know what? It's I've said it a few times, and I'm not a big ticket seller because I'm not from around this area. I'm from up north, and it's very hard for my fans and obviously my friends to travel down to each fight because I fight a lot in London. And if you think a standard ticket's £35, and then you've got fuel and transport, and then obviously food. If you're going to stay over, it's going to cost a lot of money. So it's very hard for me to sell tickets, but I am trying my hardest to try and sell tickets, and we'll see what happens. I think for me though, I will have to go up that hard mountain and try and take out a big name, and try and make my platform by beating someone who's, I suppose, above me. So we'll see what happens. I'm up for any fight. I'll fight anyone. If a big name comes up, I'll take the opportunity, because at the end of the day, I'm not a boxer who's gonna lie and think, you know what, I'm better than I am. You get in a fight, you fight. If you get knocked out, if you get beat, as long as you give 100%, that's all you can do. So if you're either good enough or you're not, as long as you take experience from it and you learn for your next fight, the world's your oyster.
Right, here's my dilemma. I've been sitting on the carp lake for 18 hours, right? I've not had a bite, my alarms haven't beeped, I've even set up my other little rod, I'm in the margin, I've had nothing on that. What do I do? Give me some advice.
It depends what lake you're fishing.
I'm fishing a hard specimen lake.
Hard specimen lake. How long are you fishing for?
I'm fishing probably 48 hours, I've been here 18 hours.
48 hours and you've not caught a carp?
I've not caught a carp in 18
come on,
hours.
you're slipping.
What should I do? I don't want to keep rebaiting. What would you advise?
Look around the lakes, try and stalk fish. If you see fish activity somewhere, that's where you got to fish. There's no point fishing a certain part of lake if there's no fish there. You know what I mean? Obviously they move around. Depends what the weather's like. It depends if you've got a southwesterly wind. It can depend on the moon. In fact, there's so much to obviously think about when fishing. But obviously number one priority is fishing on fish. There's no point fishing one end of the lake if all the fish are down the far end. You're not going to catch anything.
What if my swim is the best swim to catch the sun while I'm fishing?
Well, it's up to you. You know what I mean? What do you want to catch? A carp or catch a tan?
That's a fair point. I can't argue with that. What is your actual biggest fish?
A clanger.
Clanger,
Yeah, 43.8.
Wow.
So I'm a bit like, different anglers do different things. Like there's different strains of fish. Some people go abroad and catch.
So you're more of a British kind of.
Yeah, I'm more
fisherman,
heritage, history sort of. I like to catch fish which are really hard and tricky to catch. You know what I mean? Ones which don't come out often, because I look at it at the context. When you catch that, it's a bigger buzz. Like if you catch a fish which will come out last week or the week before, it's like, oh, it comes out every week.
It's
if
got
you catch
up lips.
exactly, but if you catch a fish which is very clever and tricky and comes out once a year or twice a year, and everyone on that lake is fishing to try and get that one bite, which it don't come out often, and then you succeed, it's the biggest buzz ever. And when I caught clanger, the buzz I got was equal to what happens when I win a fight in a ring. So that's how I kind of play my fishing, chasing the harder ones.
A couple of years ago, we done fishing with Fearless. Obviously, the channel wasn't as big as it is. The channel ain't as big as it is now. So we might recapture that glory moment.
Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, we'll go down Twiners. That's why I'm fishing at the minute. Pit 3 for Nina. That's a big common. If I catch that, that'll probably be a PB. So yeah, it'd be nice to have you down there, James, and we'll try and get you a PB and get you some fish.
Oh, it's not hard to beat my PB, but we're trying. Listen, thank you for giving me some time, mate.
Pleasure, mate. It's always a pleasure.
We'll see
cheers.
you again real soon.
Okay, cheers. Thanks, mate. Bye.